Right now, there's a community in Fontana that's quietly attracting a very specific type of buyer. And honestly, most people in Southern California still don't know much about it. Because when people think about Fontana, they usually don't picture newer master plan communities with resort style amenities, modern architecture, walkability, and homes that feel like something you normally expect much closer to Orange County. But that's exactly why Arboretum is becoming interesting. Today, I'm going to take you inside Richmond American's collection here at Arboretum. And more importantly, I want to show you why buyers are starting to pay attention to this community. Hey everyone, my name is Christian Medina. I'm a local real estate agent here in the Inland Empire, helping people buy, sell, and relocate all through Southern California. And on this channel, we don't just tour homes, we break down communities, lifestyle value, location, and what it's actually like living here in the Inland Empire. If that's the kind of information you've been looking for, make sure to subscribe because I've got a lot more community tours coming. So first, let's talk about what Arboretum actually is. This is a newer master plan community in North Fontana, and what immediately stands out is that it feels intentionally designed around the lifestyle. Not just homes, but how people actually live. With parks, pools, gathering spaces, trails, modern streetscape, family-oriented layout, and this is becoming one of the biggest shifts happening in newer construction communities. Because buyers today don't only want square footage, they want walkability, amenities, convenience, newer infrastructure, community feel, and lower maintenance living. And Arboretum is clearly being built around that idea. Now here's where things get interesting, because one of the biggest reasons communities like this are growing so quickly is affordability pressure happening across all of Southern California. A lot of buyers are getting priced out of Orange County, Los Angeles County, even parts of Riverside County. And so buyers are starting to move further east looking for newer homes, more space, better value, lower entry points, and Fontana has quietly become one of the biggest beneficiaries of that shift. Here in Fontana, we have easy access to the 210 freeway, the 15 freeway, there's logistics growth, infrastructure growth, retail expansion, commuter access. This entire area has been rapidly developing over the last several years, and communities like Arboretum are part of that next phase of growth. Now inside Arboretum, there are several builders, but now we're focusing specifically on Richmond American Homes and their Iris collection. Now one thing Richmond American Homes tends to do really well is practical layouts, and I think that really matters because sometimes model homes look amazing online but don't actually function well in real life. But Richmond American usually focuses on usable living space, flexible rooms, open concepts, family functionality, and honestly, that's what most buyers are actually looking for. But overall, I think Arboretum represents where a lot of Inland Empire growth is heading. More lifestyle-focused communities with newer infrastructure, amenities, and homes designed around how people actually live today. And for the right buyer, I can absolutely see why this community is gaining attention. All right, so before we enter, wanted to let you know that there are 4 different models. They have the plan 1 called the Neighbor. They have the plan 2 called the Nagano, and the plan 3 that's called the Naples. And finally, the plan 4 called the Netherton. All right, let's get to the first one. All right, guys, we're gonna start with the Neighbor. This is the plan 1. This property is 1,750 square feet, 3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths with a 2-car garage. Now they have 2 right now for quick move-ins. They have home site 65 and 71. Let's go ahead and check this one out inside. All right, guys, so we made it inside plan 1, and I gotta tell you, first impressions walking in, this home just feels much more open than I expected. And one thing I immediately noticed is how connected everything feels. Let me show you from this angle out here by the kitchen how open everything is. Got the dining, you got the family room over there. This just feels designed for actual day-to-day living, not just for showing. Just loving all the sight lines, the natural light coming in, the openness, and just the functionality of when you have guests over. From the big island, there's a lot of storage.
And I just like the way everything kind of flows here, you know, from the kitchen to the dining area and the family room in the background. Let me show you again how this looks when you go from left to right. You got your small dining area here, but I'll be honest with you guys, buyers today aren't paying attention to dining rooms anymore. They're paying attention more to whether the kitchen actually works for them. What do you guys feel? Do you guys feel that you would want a separate dining area, or do you like it more open like this? All right, let's head up here to the powder room, which would be your bath one. Over here you have your guest closet and the second entrance to the garage. All right, let's work ourselves upstairs. While we're climbing, what do you guys think? What do you think so far of the downstairs? All right, as we get to the top landing, we are at the loft section. You know, a lot of people are using this a lot for remote workers. It's a flexible space that matters for a lot of people. Again, remote work, kids, sometimes media room, or, you know, like a very small office. We're gonna head up to this first room, which is your laundry room area, which I love. High ceilings, large enough not to feel claustrophobic, a lot of storage. You got some recessed lighting there. And remember guys, most of the stuff that you see here is included with the price of the home. A lot of these things are not upgrades that you have to add. All right, here's your first bedroom. Good size, good natural lighting coming through. Good size closet. All right, let's head out. And now we're gonna head out to the bedroom number 2. This one actually feels a little bit smaller than the first bedroom, but still a decent size. Remember, the ceiling fans are not included. They're pre-wired, but not included. It's a good size. We have power outlets, switches here. And we're gonna go over to the hallway bathroom, where you see double sinks, a linen closet, and you have just a lot of space here for the towels, and a full bath. You got your tub and shower. High ceilings in here too. All right, let's make our way over to the primary bedroom. Oh, very nice. You know, one thing I always pay attention to in newer construction is whether the primary suite actually feels separated, because some home builders cram everything together, but this actually feels private. Let's walk over here to the primary bath. You got your separate shower and tub, your double sinks, nice flooring. Let's go check out the well, before we check out the closet, let's look at the toilet area. And here is your closet, and surprisingly very large. Took me like 3 steps inside. All right, well guys, that does it for the plan number 1. Now let's go look at something that's bigger. Okay, and then we can compare it, which home you guys felt was the better looking one.
All right, so this is the plan 2 called the Nagano. Right now they have 3 homes that are available for quick move-ins. Starting price is at $610,990. This home is approximately 1,830 square feet, 3 bedrooms, all upstairs, 2.5 baths, with a 2-car garage. Let's go check it out. All right, so we made it inside the Plan 2, and this one has a completely different layout from the Plan 1. Okay, so this is your front door here, and when you come in to your right, you're gonna have your family room area. Look at all these big windows. Again, you got the high ceilings, the recessed lighting, and here in the middle, in between, you're gonna have the dining table or dining area. And then finally here, you have your big island, all the cabinets here with the kitchen. So again, it's like they think about these things when they're doing the architecture and building them. And what they think about is the connection with having family over and friends to keep everyone close together, because everything is nice and open. If you guys have been looking at homes in the past, you'll see homes that were built in the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, even 90s. And these homes had walls dividing each room. Now everything is more open. Everyone loves the open feel as you come in, and this one certainly gives it to you. You can place a large sectional here. You got your big TV here, dining, and again, you got your 3 stools here where you can entertain people here by the kitchen island. A 2-panel door here for your pantry. Look at all that space. So you got that, you got the uppers, you got your bottom cabinets all throughout. Look at that. Even underneath the island. You got a farmer sink here. These are all nice, sweet quartz countertops all throughout the kitchen. Electric stove. You got your oven, the microwave. Okay. One thing I forgot to mention on the other one is that the refrigerator, washer, and dryer are also items that are not included with the sale of the home. Okay, but everything else here, check out the flooring. This is really nice flooring. And again, it's all included. Here is the backyard. Now, new construction like this, it's all based on the square footage of the home, right? So you have a nice big home. Now the lot size is something that we're starting to see change a lot here in Southern California. A lot of these homes are built on what they call condo lots, but they're building single family residence on top of them. So meaning they're not gonna have much of a yard. So these are gonna be 4,000 to 5,200 square foot lots. This is meant for like low maintenance. So for people that don't want to do yards, if anything, they want to just hang out and have a little grill here on the side, you can have that in this corner here or further back. Let me see if I can open, yeah, you can open this door. So you got the corner over here, and you got your other spot to come in through the gate. So that's gonna be the back part of it where you have the garage. Check out this unit, Jesus. But again, this is meant for people that want low maintenance. Part of what you pay on the HOA, they take care of that, all of that for you. All right, so this is the main part of the house. So let's go into, check out the powder room. So you got your sink here, your toilet area. Over here, you're gonna have your garage. And up here, you're gonna get your stairs. What do you guys think so far? Do you guys like Plan 1 or Plan 2 better? This one's, a little bit larger. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. All right, we made it here to the top, and first thing, we're gonna get into the laundry room area. And look how big this is. Again, if you guys have been looking at older homes, you're gonna see that the laundry rooms are either inside the garage. If they're even older, they're outside, but they're all stacked together, right? They're right next to each other, or even you'll see the ones that are stackable. This has so much room. So you're not feeling claustrophobic here. All right, you got bedroom number 1. Big window on this one, so again, natural lighting. You got your standard carpeting. Room number 2. This is a lot bigger. So for the youngest child, you probably will give them this smaller room. And for the oldest, maybe a teenager, you have a nice big room here. Loving the setup here. You have a little desk area, the bed. I would have loved this when I was growing up. We have the hallway bathroom. So you got your double sinks, full bath. So this one goes in pretty deep. Show you guys that. You got your sinks over here. And then we made it here to the primary room. Again, loving all the windows, all the natural lighting. Great size on this room. Love these decorations here. Got your bed, you got a place to sit here. You can either put a TV up here or have a mirror just to make the room look even bigger. Let's stand over here in this direction so you can see the rest of the room. Really great size. And here is the primary bathroom. So you got your toilet area. You got the shower separated from your tub. And then you have your double sinks here with a large mirror. And again, all these cabinets, if you catch these homes before they're past a certain point, you can actually select the colors on everything that you want. Flooring, carpeting, everything. Nice natural light window here. For me, I would probably put some shades here or put a vinyl over the window for some privacy. And then you got your big, even bigger closet than the first one. This will probably be here for the husband, and the rest of it's going to be for the wife, for their collection. Look how big this closet is. Wow. But that's it for plan number 2, guys. We're gonna head over to plan number 3. Let me know in the comments what you guys thought about this one. All right, guys, so this is the plan 3. This one's called the Naples. This one, they have 2 available for quick move-ins. This plan 3 is approximately 1,840 square feet, 4 bedrooms, 3 baths, and a 2-car garage. Let's go ahead and check out the inside of this. All right, guys, so we made it inside the plan 3. This here was the main entrance, so I'll walk here towards it so you guys can get a feel of what it feels like when you first open the door. So as you first open the door, you're gonna see the staircase, you're gonna see the kitchen, dining, and family room. The same pattern we've been following on the first 2 homes. All right, so again, everything is nice and open, great for entertainment. So you got your kitchen over there, your dining. Let me give you guys a different shot of this from this corner. Look how open this is. I will say, comparing it to the first 2, this one does feel a little bit tighter as far as this whole section over here. But let's go check it out. You have the outlets again around the kitchen island. You can fit here 2 stools on this one. Nice quartz countertops, cabinets. You got your electric stove, oven, microwave. This is where the refrigerator would go. Pantry, access to the backyard. Take a peek at that. This corner here. It's gonna be your little storage just below the staircase. But again, open concept, a lot of big windows for natural lighting. Even though it feels a little tighter than the other ones, it still has a really good flow to it. All right, here is going to be your garage. You have your shower. Again, no tub on this one, and it has a fairly good size downstairs bedroom. We'll see how plan 4 looks. So nice big window, and the size of this. Remember, guys, that almost everything that you see here is included with the home that you actually get. There's hardly any upgrades to add like the rest of the communities that I've seen. Is like everything you see in the model home is an upgrade. This one has about 98% of everything you see here is included. And I'm not talking about the furniture. All right, so let's check out this room here first. This is the first bedroom at the landing. This is big. Look at that. I like actually that color pattern. It gives it like an optical illusion that it's a much bigger room. But a lot of windows here. You got this big window. You got the two here by the sides. Nice closet space. So this room is a really good size. Put this over here. We're gonna walk into the hallway bathroom. Got your double sinks, your toilet area, and your full bath. Okay, so you got a bath and shower here. It's all fiberglass. You don't have to go too far away. If you get your towel, you can just reach out over here and grab a towel from this corner, or if you set anything up over here as well. This is bedroom number 3. This is a pretty cool design. Again, a lot of large natural lighting coming into this. A very good size room. And before we get to the primary room, let's look at the laundry room over here. Again, it doesn't feel claustrophobic. Great size, high ceilings. You got storage up here, storage on this side. Finally, it's the primary room. This one feels about the same size as probably Plan 2, I would think. But you got nice high ceilings. Again, a lot of windows throughout the room. It flows really well right into the primary bathroom. So you have your double sinks here, your large mirror right across. You have your tub and shower. You can wave to your neighbor from here if you decide to just keep the window clear. So you got your tub here, and again you got your shower, toilet area, and then finally the closet. I'm gonna say this closet doesn't feel as big as I thought it would be. You would think a bigger home, bigger closet. Doesn't feel that way on this one. But what did you guys think of this one, guys, compared to the first two? If you had a choice, which one would you jump into first? Because Plan 1, remember, that one starts at about $608,000. Plan 2 at $610,000. This one at $622,000. So a $12,000 difference between Plan 2. Would you jump into this one, or would you stick to something that for you feels a little bit better? Let me know in the comments. Let's go check out number 4. All right, guys, so we made it to the final plan here, Plan 4, called the Netherton. This one right now, they have 2 available for quick move-ins. Okay, this home is approximately 1,950 square feet, 4 bedrooms, 3 baths, and a 2-car garage. And the cool thing about this one is that one of the bedrooms is actually downstairs. All right, let's go ahead and take a look. Oh, before we even do that, the starting price on this one is $644,990. All right, let's check it out. All right, guys, so we made it inside Plan 4. This is the final plan. Let me know at the end of this video of actually showing this plan, which one of the 4 do you like the best? All right, so this is the main entrance here. This is where I came in. And immediately as you come in, you're gonna go right into the kitchen. So to the right, when you step inside, you're gonna see the large kitchen here. So let's do it from this corner. You see the nice staircasing, dining room, and then you have the family room over in that corner. But look at this kitchen. Look at all the cabinet space on this in that large island. What I love about these islands too is that a lot of them have the outlets here. So if you run out of space over here, you have these on each side of the island. Again, farmer sink, great place here to be entertaining. So these are just built for entertainment. You can be sitting here washing your dishes, cooking, serving food here. You got the dining room, family room area, everything's nice and open. And all these cabinets, you got the uppers, you got the bottoms over here, all throughout the corner of the kitchen. Electric stove, microwave, oven. This is where your refrigerator will go. But look at this. As you come in, how large this space is. This is going to be your garage. But let me pan out here and show you this. You can even open these doors here and have people walking in and outside of the house while you grill food, and be all close enough together to stay here as a unit. All right, let's go ahead and check out the bathroom here and the downstairs bedroom. So here you're gonna have the shower. And I've mentioned this in other videos. This is actually a very cool setup because if you do have a senior citizen staying with you, they don't like climbing over those tubs. They can just step into the shower. So it makes it easier for them and it makes it easier for everyone. So here you have the downstairs bedroom. Big window. So it's a decent size. I'm not gonna say it's the biggest room I've seen, but it's a decent size. Here you have a closet here for storage space that goes underneath the stairs. Step out of here. And let's head up upstairs. In the meantime, what do you think of the entrance to this one compared to the first 3 homes? Leave it in the comments. All right, they say this one's 4 bedrooms. This might be, we'll check and see. So you have a loft here, but this could be probably one that's gonna be converted into a bedroom. I'll let you guys know. So you have a loft here, great setup. So you can have actually a sectional, or the way they have it set up here. Big TV here for the kids to play, entertain themselves. Here's going to be your laundry room. Again, high ceilings on this. Down the hallway, you're going to have bedroom number 2. So the good size. Big window. Here you're going to have your hallway bathroom. So this is going to be the full bath. So on this one, you do get the tub and shower, double sinks. All right, yeah, so this is bedroom number 3. So you do get 4 bedrooms and the loft. Sometimes they confuse me because they put the information down like there's 4 bedrooms, but then you walk in and it's converted something to an office or such. But on this one, it is 4 bedrooms with 1 being downstairs. Interesting wall there. But yeah, this is room number 3. And we're gonna head out over to the primary room. All right, I'll stand over here so you kind of see how big this room is. Not a bad size. Let's check out the closet. So this should be bigger than the other ones. All right, so it's a fairly large closet. I don't remember if Plant 2 seemed a little bit bigger. But again, we're gonna walk into the primary bath. You got your separate shower and tub, your double sinks over here, the cabinets that match the ones in the kitchen, your toilet room area, linen closet, nice big window here by the tub, and again, Me personally, I'm not someone that likes to show off too much. So I would put some vinyl covering there, or maybe some shutters to make some privacy. And across here you can see the local park right across the way from this part of the home. And that's the other community called Flora that we'll be taking the tour on the later video. But all right guys, this completes the model tours. On the next section of this whole video right now, we're going to go over pricing one more time just to summarize that. Schools, HOA, Melrose, incentives, all that fun stuff, okay? So I'll see you guys on the next section of this video. All right guys, so we made it to the part of the video where we're going to discuss pricing, the HOAs, the Melrose, and all that fun stuff. Before we get there, which plan did you guys like the most? For me, I was here personally, I would say this plan, which is the plan number 2, the one called the Nagano. I just like the entrance. I like the flow of it. This was my favorite. Let me know in the comments below what you guys thought. All right, guys, so let's talk about the HOAs, the tax rate, solar, all that stuff. Okay, so the HOA here for this community is $277 per month. I don't know if I mentioned this, but there's going to be a total of 88 homes total for this community called Iris. Okay, the tax rate is approximately 1.158%, but if you add the Melrose, which is the special tax, the CFD, the total tax rate here is 1.95%. Now for community amenities, Iris at the Arboretum is conveniently located in a private gated community in Fontana. The Arboretum offers a clubhouse, pool and spa, fitness center, pickleball and basketball courts, playgrounds, and a lot more. All right, solar systems, okay? So you have a choice to either you want to lease them or you want to purchase them. If you want to lease them, the cost there is about $150 monthly. If you decide to purchase them for any of the plans, the total cost is $22,000 for the solars. Now let's talk about incentives, okay? So incentives if you use their lender, okay? So these are all tied into their lender program. So for the first option that you have as an FHA buyer, they're gonna offer you have to have a 680 FICO and up, and they'll offer you a 3.99% fixed 30-year fixed rate for that. That's actually not too bad. For a conventional buyer, you must have a 780 FICO score and up, and there they will offer you a 4.5% 30-year fixed rate. That's one of the options. And on top of that, they'll offer you an extra $3,500 that you can use towards your closing costs. The second option is for the FHA, they'll offer you a 4.5 30-year fixed rate. If you're conventional, it's going to be a 4.875 conventional rate. And if you decide to go that way for either of the two, on top of that, they'll give you a credit of $15,000 that you can use towards your closing costs. So those are two great options to get your payment as low as possible. And remember guys that these rates right now, we're at an average, 6.5. That's been the average for the last 30, 40 years. I know a lot of us got really happy when we saw the 3% and below. Chances of those ever coming back is probably never. So they will drop at some point. I don't have a crystal ball. We don't know when. But when they do, you can always refinance for a lower rate and you can cut that payment down even more. Remember, when you guys come into a new construction builder, it's always a great idea to come with your realtor. Have someone that knows contracts. Like myself, I worked for a builder for several years, so I understand the contracts and how the incentives work and everything all about this. So you want someone that's gonna watch your back. Because remember, the salesperson here, they work for Richmond American or for any other builder. So they're working directly for them for their best interest. You come in with an agent like myself, and you got to come with me on the first visit, okay, for them to let me help you guys with the process. So you always want to have a realtor, just like myself, walk you through the community, give you a private tour, and go through contracts if you guys want to move forward. Now, here, if you do want to secure a home, there's a $500 non-refundable processing fee if you want to hold on the home. For VA, FHA, conventional buyers, they're required to leave a minimum deposit of 2 to 5% EMD of the purchase price. Okay, so if you're looking at a home that's going to be 600,000, you would leave a deposit of between 2 to 5%. One thing I will say, guys, is that in a builder, when you get into contract with them, you make that deposit. A lot of the times, if you decide, if you get cold feet and you decide you don't want to move forward, the builders will keep that deposit. It's not the same as when you go to resale. When you go to resale, a lot of the times you'll get that deposit back if things don't work out. But in the builder, I'm gonna say 99% of the time, they will keep your deposit. So when you make that decision to buy, make sure you're in it for the long run, okay? Now I know certain things can happen in life, medical accidents, loss of job, anything can happen. But I will say, these builders, they don't care about that stuff. It's all business with them. So just be sure that this is what you want. Again, guys, if you guys want to see any of these homes, want more information, reach out to me. My information is down below. If you want a private tour, reach out to me. I know the sales agents here, Steven and Alex. I can walk you through, and if you guys are interested, we can move on with the process. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to the next section. I'm gonna go really quickly show you guys the Google Maps to show you where the school's at, where the stores are at, and freeways. Okay, I'll see you on the next section of this video. All right, guys, so we made it to the map portion here of this tour. So I'm just going to show you guys a couple of places, okay? So we're going to show you guys where Arboretum is located, which is here on the side. As I mentioned earlier in the video, we are close to the 210 and 15 freeways. So we have the 210 freeway here. So if you want to go to LA, you're going to go west. If you want to go further down to Highland or up to Big Bear, you're going to go east. The 15 freeway here, of course, if you're going north, you're going to go all the way to Vegas, and south takes you right to San Diego. So it's located here, so you see all the freeway connectors here. Okay. Now, if we zoom in a little closer, this is where Arboretum is at, and these are the schools. So we have the Sierra Lakes Elementary School, which is over here. This is what's connected to Arboretum. We then have I'll make sure I have these in order. Here is the Wayne Rubble Middle School, this section here. And then finally, if we extend out, we have the high school up here. So probably the further one that's further out is going to be the middle school. This is Summit High School. These are highly rated schools in the area, okay? But as I tell everyone all the time, you guys do your own research and make sure if it's something that you guys are looking for. All right, so since let's talk about the hospitals. Okay, let me go back here. And Kaiser Permanente, you're gonna have two close Kaiser Permanentes. So here you have Arboretum. You have one Kaiser that's located over here in the San Bernardino area, and you do also have another one here in Rancho Cucamonga, which is one of the ones I go to. That's located here just off the 15 freeway, close to Foothill Boulevard. All right, and on your way down here, there's a Sierra Lakes golf course over here, a really nice golf course. And for all shopping, if you don't want to make it over to Victoria Gardens or Ontario Mills Mall, which is you'll see down here. Let me make this map a little bigger. So you have Victoria Gardens over here and Ontario Mills Mall over here, which is like the two bigger spots here, plus Ontario Airport. Okay, there's another shopping center that's here. It's even closer to where you're at Arboretum. So if I zoom in here, we're gonna go, here you go. So this is the big shopping center with a bunch of restaurants. You can see your Party City, Five Below, Target, CVS. There's a Chase Bank here, Falcon Ridge, Chili Cheese, just a bunch of stores and restaurants that you can go to all around this area, just minutes away from Arboretum. Okay, pretty much this sums it up. Again, if you want to head out to LA, from Fontana, way up here in Fontana, it's probably gonna be an hour and a half drive. It all depends on the day. Over out to San Diego, it's gonna probably a 3-hour drive, 2 to 3 hour drive to San Diego. If you want to go up to Big Bear, it's a little closer. You're probably about an hour away from Big Bear itself, maybe an hour and 20 minutes away.
And then of course you're gonna have Vegas if you want to hit Vegas up here, and that's just a few hours, but it's actually closer than any of the other places I've shown you guys. But wanted to give you guys a quick review here of the map, and so you can kind of see where everything is located. All right, hopefully that helps. I'll see you guys here on the next section of the video.
All right, if you want more information about Arboretum, Richmond American, pricing, incentives, or other new construction communities throughout the Inland Empire, feel free to reach out. My contact information is below in the description. And if you enjoy community tours like this, make sure to hit the subscribe button because I've got a lot more coming soon.